We are going back to SoFi, everybody. Our third straight home game to open the season, but now we're hosting the 2-0 Seattle Seahawks. This year has been marred already through 2 weeks by one person. Our rookie quarterback, Jesse Wagner. He has played horribly, especially in our last game. But the second half of the Ravens game was awful back in week 1. He was bad the entirety of game 2. And through 2 weeks, he has turned the ball over 6 times. 5 INTs, 1 fumble that went for a scoop and score. All 6 sacks came last week against the Dallas Cowboys. And this guy right now is off to a Zach Wilson, Nathan Peterman kind of a start to his career. This is really, really bad. And part of that is we have not gone to these receivers at all. The tight end and running back have the most receptions on our team. That is a bad omen. A horrible omen. And as part of this, because of all these drops and these incompletions, I'm going to start David Parson over Reinhardt because he's a better athlete, he's got better catching skills, and he is a better blocker in some areas. So we're going to play Parson for now. He's back in a starting role where he was back in his rookie season. So good for him. We do get Morgan Sedemeyer back this week. He missed the first 2 weeks due to injury, but he's going to come back. We're going to put Dobbs down to the 5th on the depth chart, play Randolph over him, and we're going to play Stoudemire in the slot where he was at his best last year. Now for rush, right, and I'm going to put in candidate over Joe Styles because he's a better run defender and is a much larger guy. And I am going to play Levy a lot more over Ernest Jones in both the sub-linebacker package as well as the secondary linebacker alongside Kenneth Murray, just because last week, Levy was amazing. I thought he's played very well this year when he's been out there on the field. So trying to get him some more playing time and make this defense better. But now, we got to face the top 10 offense in Seattle. They have the top rushing attack through 2 weeks with Kenneth Walker. So we're going to try and defend the outside run. This usually works for us. We're usually pretty good at that. And for the offensive game plan, I'm not sure what's going to work. I don't know if anything will work with this team. So we'll just try to run the ball again, but this time to the outside. But as of right now, I don't feel good about where this team is heading based off those first 2 games. And if what I think is going to happen here in this game in week 3 against Seattle happens, then we might speed run this season if we're going to be as bad as we have been these first 2 games. Now, because we're missing Baz Knights and we're missing McCoy due to an injury, Nick Harris will start at center this week, and we're going to have Raheem Finch and Joe Styles start at linebacker. But a new playbook today, going to the Bengals one, with a lot of shorter passes, trying to avoid the INTs. Now, that is his worst accuracy rating, but they are the easiest throws to make, so hopefully it's better for him. If you guys wouldn't mind it, and if you guys enjoy the series, please do consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. It really helps grow it and gets it out to a lot more people and helps me out, lets me live more comfortably, so I'd really appreciate that. But here we go. Week 3. We're 0-2. They're 2-0. We need a huge game. Well, not even huge, just a better game. A good game from Jesse Wagner. That's all I'm asking for here. That's all I'm asking for. Not even really asking for a win. A win would be nice, but I just want to see a nice game from our young quarterback. We need it. We're facing Will Power, who through 2 weeks has not done a lot of passing, but also hasn't really turned the ball over. So 1st and 10. They go right to Kenneth Walker, but he's wrapped up. Nice tackle there by George Vance. He's coming off a 63-yard game on a touchdown last week. So must have had a really good week 1 game. That one goes nowhere, so 3rd and 6. Pollard rifles one to Noah Fant for the first down. Up to the Seattle 40-yard line. Next play, great coverage on the outside on the ground game. Walker doesn't get much. 2nd down, pressure from Antoine Washington. The pass is no good. Incomplete for JSN. Another 3rd and long. This one is intercepted. It's Terry Hackett. across the 45. A huge play on the opening drive. The defense steps up again. Now it's the offense's turn. We are in plus territory. We are about 5-6 yards away from field goal range. Gotta make this count. It was a bad throw underthrown for JSN from Pollard. But Wagner, I'm begging you, show us something. Breathe some life into this offense. Instead, he goes down on the first play. And that was allowed by David Parson. Just straight up let Julius Allen fly right by him. 2nd and 17, and he's going down again. It's Julius Allen again. That one given up by Ryan Ramczyk, and we are back to our own 39. 17 lost yards. We're going to a screen to get some yardage back, but we're still 13 yards out, and the Rams have to punt. Cannot imagine a worse drive after a pick from your defense. 1st and 10 Seattle from their own 27. Pressure from Murray. He got there unblocked. Loss of 4. Big play to open this drive. 2nd and 14. Pressure again, and Warren Terry gets there this time. Graham helps out, but our 2nd straight sack, just like Seattle. And they've got 3rd and 20 plus 2. Back to their own 15. Pollard scanning and has to throw it away. Pressure from Washington again. Great coverage down the field. A 1-for-4 start for Pollard. But this is a pretty similar start to last game. And we're still going backwards. Loss of 2 for Alford. We have, 5 plays and have 3 or 4 going for a loss of yardage. 2nd and 12. We dump it off for Parson. Loss of 1. We are going backwards only. We have negative yardage right now. 3rd and 13. This one is batted away up the seam. And now Jedrick Wills is hurt. The injury slider's at 10. I don't get it. The punt's away. Nothing going right for the Rams offense at all this season. Seattle starts their next drive from their 20-yard line. Walker cuts it out left, but nowhere to go. Good run defense early on here in this first quarter. They fake the pitch to JSN and give it to Walker, but he lost a yard. 3rd and 10. This defense is doing their best. Pollard on the run, throws it away. 1 for 5. We should have points on the board right now, given how our defense has begun this game. 1 yard for Williams on his first carry. The game plan was to run the ball outside. His first carry comes on our 3rd drive. How? The play calling does not match the game plan, and we can't really move the ball. That one is incomplete. He missed Stoudemire, who had a step on his defender, and the pass was overthrown. The 4th drive for Seattle here in the first quarter. 90 seconds left and counting. There's Metcalf for a gain of 5. Now from the 30. Out wide to Smith and Jigba. He's got it. That one moves the chains. Back to the ground. Walker's got a huge hole. They're up to the 50. First quarter's over. And it's more the same. We have negative 1 yards right now. Through a whole quarter. 7 pass plays. 0 passing yards. That is incomprehensible. That should have been picked off the hands of George Vance. A diving play, but gotta reel that one in. Not sure how that was that horrible of a throw from Pollard, but another 3rd and 10 for our defense. Making Seattle work for it. This one is swatted away by Emmanuel Forbes. Trying to go for Metcalf, but he was covered down the field. This defense is giving us a chance each and every week. Williams across the 20. Gains about 9. Set up second and short. From the 22, play action. Wagner's got offered wide open. Up the sideline and across the Seattle 45. A 35-yard pickup. Maybe our best offensive play of the season. Quite possibly could be. 1st and 10. Dumped off over the middle for Parson. He hangs on for 4. Just inside the Seattle 40-yard line. Play action. Down the field. Broken up. Trying to go for Donald, but that's Marcus Screen there in coverage. 3rd down. This one is off the mark. And he had offered. Offered was open. It seems like whenever the guys are open, he's not hitting those throws, but you know, when they're covered, the throws are actually accurate. We wait for it on 4th down and we just throw a pick. No! No way. No way. Pick 6. Desmond Starks. We went for it. 4th and 6 from the 39. And we threw it right to him. Even on these short throws, we can't avoid the horrible passes. I don't know what to even say anymore. I think we have Zach Wilson 2.0, Nathan Peterman 2.0. He just happens to have been starting 3 straight games. But we've seen Michael Moreland. He can't play football. So we're stuck with Wagner for the rest of the season unless we make a trade or sign a free agent. But, I mean, Jesus Christ. I did not expect this when I drafted a top 5 talent quarterback again. But he's even worse than Craig was. Even worse. But I still don't blame myself for getting rid of Craig because the team can't win with Craig. The team was not going to win because of Craig. So I'm glad he's not here anymore, but somehow we found somebody that is even more horrible. 1st and 20 after a hold. We dump it off for a 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Deep throw. 1st down for Tremaine Donalds. One of our better throws all year long. Back in Seattle territory. We dump it. It's incomplete. Would have got no gain there either way, so who cares? 5:25 to go in the first half. Back to the ground, but Mozzie Smith takes down Williams from behind. Can't run the ball, can't pass the ball. 3rd and 8, and Wagner goes down. Danny White brought the pressure. Seattle gets it back. 1st and 10 from their own 20. There's Metcalf across the 35. Next play. Pollard, quick throw. It's hauled in by JSN. 1st down. Outside. And Walker's got the 1st down again. 3 straight 1st down plays for the Seahawks. Now Pollard keeps it, but makes some questionable decisions in terms of the run. And only got a yard. 9 to go on seconds. Caught. That's Fant. With Washington in coverage. How is a left end out there in coverage? Stop this madness. How do I avoid that? That should never be the case, man. Should never be the case. 1st and 10. This one is caught by Walker. He got 5 yards on the check down. They use their first timeouts. They're in the red zone now, trying to close the half on a good note. 1st and goal from the 7. Clock still counting down. Pollard dumps it for Walker, knocked out of bounds inside the 2. They just used their timeout. Not sure why. I thought it was out of bounds. Now he breaks a tackle and gets in. Orrin Terry could not wrap him up. And Seattle leads by 2 touchdowns. PAT is up and good, 14-0. A 10-play drive to close the half. I'm going to jump in here because the only way to change the game plan for the second half is if you jump in as a user before the first half is over. You go into halftime as the user, so I'm going to change the game plan in the second half, but probably not going to make much of a difference. The Cardinals are 0-3 now, just like we're about to be. And Simpson wasn't very good. Luke Riley led the Giants to the win. The Cardinals are off to a poor start this year. You got Baltimore, who took us down week 1, losing at halftime, but they were down 14-3 to us at halftime in week 1 too, so they're probably going to win that one based off what we've seen against them. They got Brock Purdy and the Niners on the road. They took down the now 0-3 Commanders 21-14, so if Will Hutton is still the head coach over there, our former OC is not off to a good start in his new year as as the head coach again for the Commanders. But the offensive focus for the second half, I'm going to do throw up medium, I think. Just try a different thing that we haven't tried so far with Wagner, see what works. And I guess for the defense, we can switch things up or something, or do what worked, defending the run. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure it makes much of a difference at this point. But here we go. We start with the football down 14-0. And got to go 80 yards for a touchdown to close the gap in half. First play, good protection, and we dump it off for Donalds. But how many checkdowns are we going to have per game? It's at least like 65% of our throws this year have been checkdowns. Tight ends and running backs. This one's caught on 3rd and 1 for the first down. Nice grab there by Offord. 2 set of downs. Another one right back to him across the 40. Up to the Seattle 35. I think this is the closest we've gotten to scoring range this game. Down the field, there's Stoudemire hanging on for his first reception. Haven't gone his way at all so far, but now we do when he hauls it in for a big gain. 1st and 10, end zone, Offord's wide open, touchdown Rams. Where was this all of last week? We never saw any of this at all. But at least we had a touchdown drive. His second touchdown this season. I think both have gone. Actually, the first one went to Donald there in week 1. But we cut their lead in half. Now it's the defense's turn to get another stop and give us at least a chance to tie things up. Turn brought out to the 26, where Seattle starts with the football. We took 3 minutes off the clock on our first drive. They go to Walker on the first play, but he's wrapped up in the backfield, lost to 1. George Vance is there. He's up to like an 85 or so overall right now, by the way. Really happy with his developments. 3rd and long now from the 25. Pollard, clean pocket, it's caught, and Walker just gets across for the first down. He just had enough. We're going to go right back to him on the ground, but run game's still not doing much for him. So back to the air they go. And Walker's got it, wide open. They can't get it to him on the ground with yardage, then they'll go to him through the air. 2 first down catches for him on this drive alone. Pollard keeps it. McKinney wraps him up after a 4-yard gain. Approaching the red zone. Pollard rifles one. It's caught by Metcalf on the slants. Now they are in the red zone. Long sustained drive here in this 3rd quarter, trying to take off a lot of the clock. Walker outside. Breaks a tackle again, and it's finally taken down, but now Joe Styles is hurt. We just cannot escape the injury bug any week at all. There's always at least 2 for us week after week. 2nd and 3. Pollard on the move. And Levy tracks him down. but he does gain a few. 3rd and 3 from the 5. Pollard steps up, and he's got Metcalf in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. They answer back with a touchdown drive of their own. And we're pretty much back to square one. That's 2 straight drives by Seattle, by the way, driving down the field and scoring. They had the half-inning score, now that one to match our second half drive. 3 to go in the 3rd quarter, and we turn the ball over. No way! You cannot be serious. Wow. We just gave it right back. I'm just appalled by the offense. Donald dropped it before the hit even came. He was never going to catch that ball, but of course it's popped up right to a defender like he walked into it. That is amazing. 1st and 10. Seattle. Nice tackle there by Levy. But now this defense is given no chance. Sure, they've allowed 2 touchdown drives, but regardless of what happens on this possession, regardless of how many points Seattle ends up scoring, half of their points will belong to our offense. Just embarrassing stuff, just like back in the Dallas game in week 2. We gifted them the win. We gifted them over half their points in that game. And similar story here. They got 2nd and goal coming up from the 5. 3rd quarter's counting down. Walker stalled. Nice tackle there by Murray and Vance. 3rd and goal. Play action. Pollard in zone. Caught. There's a flag down. Who is this going to be on? They're showing George Vance for some reason. And it's pass interference on the defense. And it's on him. Touchdown, Seattle. 14 points allowed now by our offense. 14 by our defense. We've scored 7. This is an unprecedented level of bad offense. We are in absolute hell. I guess we'll watch another drive or two. First play of the 4th quarter. Oh, the seam to Parson. Across our own 40-yard line now after that play. Williams goes out wide on 1st and 10. We go to Offord over the middle. He hangs on. Brings up 2nd and 4. Down the field. Broken up by a guy who's not even looking at the ball. How'd he know where the ball was going? I seriously want to know. Eyes in the back of his fucking head? Yeah, right. We go for a run on 3rd and 4. Now we got 4th and 2. From the 50. 4-down territory. Pitch out to Williams. And there's just no blockers there for him. How are we this bad? We are incompetent. And I'm considering firing the OC either mid-year or right after this year is over, regardless of if it's the quarterback's fault or not for the entirety of the season. But Jedrick Wills just does not get out there in time, and we turn the ball over on downs. 3rd and 3 for Seattle on their next drive out of the turnover, and they convert. A few minutes later, it takes them 4 minutes to get inside the red zone, but they do end up getting there. 3rd and 6, it's incomplete for Metcalf, and they settle for the field goal. Well, that's now officially over half of their points have been allowed by the offense. I'm never going to expect the defense to get a stop once they are within scoring range, because you can't expect turnovers. That's just not how it works. There's a deep shot to Donald, but where was that the entirety of the game prior to this, before the game was a blowout? There's Stoudemire across the 25. 19 for 27 for Wagner. His first game over 50% completion percentage, but he has still played horribly. That one goes off the hands of Williams on a diving grab. Under 2 to go. 2nd and 10. Stoudemire gets around 7 to set up 3rd and short. We're going to throw it. Good protection. And that is Carson for the first down. Way to hang on to the contact. A minute to go. A screen. And we don't really get a whole lot. Got around 5. Inside the 10 now. Play action. Wagner has so much time. And then he throws it incomplete. How is nobody open after those 5 seconds? I don't believe that. 3rd and 5. Wagner completes the Donald, but shy of the end zone, but he got the first down. Go to 2nd and goal, and Wagner is intercepted in the end zone. Can't even just get the turnovers down 31-7. He just threw it right to him, and this was just a really horrible choice to make because he's not open whatsoever. Like, what made him choose to throw it when the defender's there in front of him the whole route, the whole throw? I don't know. But we are in deep shit now. We're 0-3, and the offense has no signs of life whatsoever. And can't blame these defensive players if they don't want to come back because, holy cow, why would they? They're the only reason why we did not get absolutely blown out by 40. We outgained them in the end of things, and we lose 31-7. That is just hilariously bad. 263 yards to their 243, and yeah, we lost by, 24? 12 first downs to their 18. 3 turnovers. They had a 1, which we cannot score off of, despite the return being brought across the 50, across the 45-yard line even. But through 3 games, he has 9 turnovers now. I don't know what to do, but I think going forward, probably just going to get through this year very quickly. Might just spend 3 to 4 more episodes max on this season, because through the 3 weeks, I think we know where this team is heading. In the draft, there are 4 first-round quarterbacks, 3 of which are apparently top 5 projected. Now, we don't have them scouted whatsoever, so we're going to wait on that to really look through these guys, but there are options in the draft that we can go after if we want to. But yeah, this is rough. We know that we failed on the draft pick, and we don't have a first round pick this year. We have 4 total picks in this next draft. We lost the first round pick when trading for McKinney, so the Giants have that trade still paid off. We got a title out of it, and the guy that we traded for got the MVP of that game too. But now week 4, we got to face Philly's #1 offense, and they have the worst defense in the NFL. Do you think we're gonna win this game? The odds of that are very slim. But now QB1 check-in, and through 3 weeks, this is the least questionable press conference ever. The blame is squarely on the shoulders of the rookie. I mean, I don't have anything else to say about him. There's nothing else to say. Morale is down by 2 for him, but we're 0-3, and I think we know that this year is already a lost cause. There's nothing we can do right now to fix the team this year and make it good enough to make the playoffs or win enough games. So I don't know what to do going forward. I'm thinking about just straight up tanking it and letting Wagner play out the year and just simming the vast majority of the rest of the year. Watch maybe 2 or 3 more games of torture, and then we're done. But here is the worst omen I've ever seen for myself in drafting, and it's this right here. Through 3 weeks, the last 2 quarterbacks I have drafted in the first round, both strong-arm top 5 talents, lead the league right now in INTs. Craig has 4, Wagner has 8. What have I done to this team? We are in trouble. I'll see you guys next time. Give me your thoughts down below on what to do, because I don't really know right now. But you got to figure something out, because right now, we suck.